Welcome to Chasing Winners. Peter O'Neill, David Short and Jesse Erenshaw are about to join you to preview the meeting from Mandurah in the Peel tonight. They will also look in depth at the meeting from Cannington tomorrow night. The boys will also be joined by Ryan Levitsky, who will provide his best over the 2 nights of chasing. Let the chase begin.
Very good morning, everyone, and welcome along to Chasing Winners on this Friday morning. Big weekend of greyhound racing ahead of us with chasing tonight at Mandurah. Very good program down there, and tomorrow night the Westchase final as well. Jesse Erenshaw's back from a trip up to the Avon Valley where we had a very good night of greyhound racing last night, and a couple of smart ones went around. Yeah,
well, Paul had two. Barbecue Man went around for his first look at Northam. He was really good. He had to come from behind. Carter Axelrod led him, and he's a very strong greyhound to get past him, so it was a massive effort. Barbecue Man and his other greyhound there also won in 29.36. The name escapes me at the moment, Pete, but it was a good run.
City
5. Yes, that was the one, Pete.
Yeah, I was listening to you last night. I heard your concern when Barbecue Man didn't find the front.
Yes, with Carter Axelrod, because he is a noted wide runner, so he was smart enough to cut back to the rail and race away for a good win.
Very good race indeed. All right, well, let's get into our thoughts for tonight's program. We start off, as we normally do on a Friday, over the 400 metres, and we have the market for the first 6.51 race number 1 tonight. And just getting the markets up with Tab Touch. We have two back-to-back at $3, $3.10 You Got Me, and Bodacious Bow at $3.70. Which way are you going?
I'll go with back-to-back on top. Was a little bit disappointing first up at Mandurah when starting one of the favourites behind, authorising from an inside draw. Comes in a box 2 here. This is a lot weaker race. For second, number 4, You Got Me. For third, 7, Bodacious Bow. And fourth, I'll throw in 5, Yaki Express. 2, 4, 7 and 5, race 1.
Same 4 numbers, slightly different order. I'll go 2, 5, 4 and 7 back-to-back. I'm putting on top for Cody Charles to be able to break through. The win up at Northern was okay from a wide draw, and as long as she can handle this inside box, I'm going to be putting her on top. So 2, 5, 4, 7, race number 1. Race number 2, we get to a distance which I prefer more, and Coco Shimmer is at $1.65. I thought that she might be a little bit longer in the market, but $1.65, I still thought she'd be very hard to beat. She's won 2 of 5 over the trip. She's won from inside boxes before, and she led 2 starts back from box number 6 and went 37-34. If she repeats that, she'll be very hard to beat. Obviously, the dangers, number 4, Clifton Matilda, who was a nice winner going back 4 runs ago from a similar draw. For third, number 2, Timon Lane.
I'll be scratched, Pete. That went around yesterday as a reserve. So Timon Lane's out, so goodbye $1.60 on Coco Shimmer, Pete.
Okay, well, there goes $1.65 there. Okay, so 1, 4, 6. I'll probably get the first 4 here if I box it. 8 for fourth, 1, 4, 6 and 8.
Same numbers, 1, 4, 6 and 8 for me as well. Coco Shimmer looks pretty hard to beat for Jamie.
Okay, was there a reserve last night, Timon Lane?
Yes, it was a reserve, got a start.
Okay, missed that. Race number 3 on the program, and this is over the 300 metres once again, waiting for the scratchings to come through. Number 3, Miss Magnificence, the favourite at $2.75.
I've gone around here with Fennec Fox, a greyhound who hasn't won for a while. Last one was at Cannington in 22.20, which is only fair enough time. I don't think too many of these greyhounds would go much quicker over the 380, but this is a 300-metre race. Box 1 is a key advantage here. 6 starts for a win and 3 minors from the red draw for Fennec Fox, so I thought she could run a big race here. From 3, Miss Magnificent. For third, 7, Mary Samsonite. And for fourth, I'll throw in the 6, Billy from 4C. 1, 3, 7 and 6 in race number 3.
I've actually left the 1 out of my top 4. I've gone with Miss Magnificent, a greyhound who's been chasing without a lot of luck in recent starts for Ricky Valenti. Prior to that was showing speed, finding the arm, and I think she'll be very hard to beat again. Not a lot of speed around her, so 3 on top. From 7, Mary Samsonite, who's been placed second twice from her last 3 starts. Number 6, Billy from 4C can improve. At 8, Moon Eclipse, 3, 7, 6, 8. Race number 3 to race number 4 over the 488 metres. Good race, this one here. The final leg of the early quaddie, and the market has number 3 Drifter at $2.70 and Whole Shot at $3. I wasn't quite sure which way to go here because Drifter did run that nice second in quick time behind Girl Hill over the 600 metres back in March. Hadn't been seen for a little while, went up to Northern, got into all sorts of trouble after that injury, and you probably forget that run. First up at Mandurah, I'm sure that he's seen the track under trial conditions, but I'm going with the kennelmate number 5 Whole Shot, who's seen the track. I know she's only won 1 of 18 over the distance. She's been placed another 8 occasions, and she's got some early speed, slow beginner on her inside. I thought she'd be hard to beat. Number 5, Whole Shot, from 3, Drifter, who, if he can settle close enough to them, we know that he's fairly strong. 1, Clifton Thane, and number 4 in Pumbar Smith, 5, 3, 1 and 4, race 4.
Similar numbers, 5, 2, 6, 8. I have left out Drifter on top. Drifter out of my first 4, I should say. I just think he's a bit suspect on a bend start in city class. Not city class, but provincial class in over the short. So he's one race that he did lead was over the 600 metres, where he had an inside draw. So I'm leaving Drifter out. I've got Whole Shot on top. It was a good second last week behind Upper Tuxman, showing some speed. She does like the track. She's at 18 starts over the trip for a win at 8 minors. She's been knocking on the door. She's due to break through shortly. For second 2, Go Get 'em Grit. It wasn't a bad run last week behind Upper Tex. The run 2 back was good when second up over the trip. For third, 6 in Go See Kyla. And for fourth, I'll throw an 8 Scarlet Strager. 5, 2, 6 and 8, race number 4.
Okay, let's go to race number 5, first leg of the quaddie. Kenya Gulfstream at $2.35. Go Get 'em Herbie, $3. Do you think it's between those two?
Absolutely, and I'm leaning with Go Get 'em Herbie. I thought Kenya Gulfstream, he's been very costly to follow. Yes, he won that race in good time in 22.29, but it only had 4 of the greyhounds engaged, and this is a lot stronger race. I'm with the Go Get 'em Herbie on top. Showed speed last week when second behind All Grunt. Was a good second behind Halloumi Manelli a couple runs ago. It's got the time on the board, 22.58. With an even dispatch, I think he should be pretty hard to beat. For 1, Kenya Gulfstream, he'll get back and run on. He needs a lot of luck. For third, 2, Security Guard. And for fourth, I'll throw in 7, Power 40. Won a maiden good time. Be going back 5 runs ago. 3, 1, 2, 7 in race number 5.
I'm happy to stick with number 1, Kenya Gulfstream, from the inside draw. I know that his only victory did come from box number 7. He's been placed from box number 1 in the past, and I just think with the fact that he doesn't have that electrifying early speed, he's going to be able to position up on the rail, and he just needs an opening going along the back or onto the corner. So 1, Kenya Gulfstream on top. From number 3, Go Get 'em Herbie, I think it's a race in 2 between the two of them, and this greyhound's been racing very consistently. For third, number 8, Authorising, a greyhound who was a nice winner going back 2 starts ago over the 300, and 2, Security Guard, 1382, race number 5. Race number 6, again over the 400 metres, and favourite here is with number 1, Fancy That Fred at $3.20, Sunset Callisto $3.70, Comfortably Numb $4.20. Nice win last start from an inside draw for Fancy That Fred.
Yeah, it certainly was, and he did get tired over the concluding stages, so back to the 400 metres where he's got a good record. He comes in from an inside draw. I think he's got to take a power at betting. $3.20 I think is a really good price, albeit there is some classy customers. We've got Sunset Callisto out in box number 4. He's dropping out of free-for-all company. He's run a quick 22.15 over the trip. For third, number 7, Rest Speed, who has good form in open class company too. And for fourth, number 8, Comfortably Numb, a greyhound who really enjoys a wide draw. He's had 4 starts from box 8 for 3 wins and a minor. But Fancy That Fred on top for me, 1, 4, 7 and 8.
Okay, just having a look to see whether the scratchings are through, and it looks like they are through now, so I'll go through these before I go through my selection. So Tim and Lane, as you mentioned, out of race number 2. The reserves are out of race number 3, Jesse. Go down to race 6, scratch the reserve. Reserves are out of race number 8. Race number 9, scratching here as I turn over the page. Number 6, Irving Bale comes out. So race 9, number 6 is a scratching, and the reserves are out of race number 10. Thanks to Carlos Sorella for sending that information through nice and quickly this morning. All right, so my selections in race number 6, you've gone with Fancy That Fred. I'm going the same way. It was a really smart win. The electrifying early speed that he showed over the 488 metres last start was impressive. I agree with you, he did get tired, but back to the 400. He's got a good strike rate at this track and distance, good strike rate from inside draws. I think he'll win, so 1 on top. Number 8, Comfortably Numb, I thought could improve from a wide draw. He's had 4 starts from box number 8. He's won 3 of them, finished second on the other occasion. I think he can run into second. For third, number 4, Sunset Callisto, who's been racing without a lot of luck and against some smart types recently. And 7, Rare Speed, 1847, race number 6 on the program. Race number 7 is over the 488 metres. We go back to Mandurah. Mortality, $1.75 favourite. Beaten odds on $1.50 favourite from box number 8 last week, but the time was still good, and met a couple of checks from box number 1. He should be breaking through for his first WA win, so Mortality on top. Number 8, Clifton Cruise, I'll put in for seconds, chasing really well for Vince Reid. For third, number 7 in Dandelup Opal, and 5, Crooked Kelly. 1875 I'll go in race number 7.
I'll go 1, 2, 8 and 7. 1 Mortality on top. Like you said, Pete, was a good run considering the circumstances. Into box number 1 should take a power of beating. From 2, Trunky May. For third, 8, Clifton Cruise. And for fourth, I'll throw in 7, Dandelup Opal. 1, 2, 8 and 7, race number 7.
What about the final leg of the quaddie, Jesse? Tonight here, the favourite is with number 3, Water Ripper in fact, 5 Jimmy's Jets at $3.40, Water Ripper at $3.50, all over Carja $4. This is the Holiday Coast Series final. Very good series last week. And the box draws made it interesting for Jimmy's Jet, who couldn't get across from box number 8 last start. Which way are you going?
Yeah, I'm going 3, 5, 7 and 2. I'm leaving out Crumble Manelli, which could be costly, but 3 Water Ripper on top was good last week from an inside draw. Went 6.25 to the first peg. Repeat of that performance should see him on speed and pretty hard to beat. From 5's Jimmy's Jet, it was a good run from a wide draw last week. He got into all sorts of trouble. He did find graded company a bit tougher. With some field experience, I think he'll improve for the run. For third, 7 Brain Teaser, came across on roller skates last week when crossing all over Carja, went 22.34 in his heat. And for fourth, I'll throw in number 2, Solid Tank, was third last week behind Water Ripper. He's always thereabouts. He's a good little chaser. 3, 5, 7 and 2 in race number 8.
Those numbers at Moe, 13, 12, 6 and 11. Actually spoke with David Hobby last week. He gave me a call and he'd said that Crumble Manelli had a few issues off the track. I think he'd stretched some muscles in his stomach. He said he's getting back to his best and he's expecting him to bounce back in the winners list soon. So I'm going to stick with him tonight. Number 4, Crumble Manelli. I know he's been beaten at his last 4 or 5 starts, but he's a very, very talented chaser, and I think he holds out Jimmy's Jet. So 4 on top from 3, Water Ripper for second. Really nice win from an inside draw last start. Number 8, all over Carja's well drawn if there is trouble going into that corner. And 5, Jimmy's Jet, just where he gets too early is the big question mark here. 4, 3, 8 and 5 in race number 8. Race number 9, Sunset Tyson, the favourite at $2.50 with the scratchings of 5 and 6. He's a greyhound that likes inside draws. He was a smart winner going back 2 starts ago from box number 8 from the inside draw. Be able to kick up and hold up here. So 1 on top from number 4, Our Benson, a greyhound who hasn't won in a little while but certainly very talented. Number 2, Bungee Man's been knocking on the door. And 7, Dandelup Blazer gets some more galloping room now with the scratching of Irving Bar. 1, 4, 2, 7.
I'll go 1, 4, 2 and 8. 1 Sunset Tyson on top. Was a good winner 2 back over this trip in 22.26 last week. Got in a bit of trouble from a wide draw in one of those Westchase heats. For second, number 4, Al Benson, always thereabouts in free-for-all company. For third, 2, Bungee Man. And for fourth, I will throw in number 8, Matrix Bar. 1, 4, 2, 8, race number 9.
Miss Vivas is the favourite in race number 10, Jesse, at $2.20. Cross Lass at $2.90. Are you going with Miss Vivas?
I will go with Miss Vivas to get across from the wide draw. She's got a good record from box 8. 8 starts, 2 wins, 4 minors. She likes the trip. Good second last week behind Love Me Better. She's more suited to a wide draw, I thought. 5 runs ago, she went 16.93. For second, number 1, Crisscross Lass. For third, 3, Making It Rain. And for fourth, I'll throw in 2, Astral Fun. 8, 1, 3 and 2, race number 10.
I'll go Miss Vivas as well from the wide draw. Went 16.93 when winning here 5 starts ago from box number 8. So 8 on top. Number 1, Crisscross Lass, the kennel mate, I'll put in for second. Another one who's got a good record from inside draws as well. For third, number 6, China Panda. And 3, Making It Rain. 8, 1, 6 and 3. And race number 11, the last tonight at 12 minutes past 10. 3 and 6 are vacant boxes. Sunset Pepe, the favourite, at $1.65. Looks hard to beat, although I'm not happy about the price, $1.65. All Grunt, I think, can run second. I think it's a good quinella. He's been racing very well with his 2 last start wins from wide draws. For third, number 1, Dancing Dennis, and 5 for fourth. 4, 7, 1, 5.
I'll go 4, 5, 7, 1 for Sunset Pepe on top. Like you said, Pete, I thought the quote's a bit cramped there. But before then was a good winner 2 back in 22.35. For second, number 5 in Princess Miller, always thereabouts in this company. Put 2 on the trot, 2, 3 and 4 runs back. For third, number 7 in All Grunt. And for fourth, I'll throw on 1, Dancing Dennis. 4, 5, 7 and 1, race number 11.
Okay, my quaddie tonight, race 5, first leg of the quaddie, 1, 3 and 8 in the first leg. Second leg, I'm going with 1 and 8, Fancy That Fred and Comfortably Numb. The third leg, with Mortality standing out. And in the final leg, I think this is a lot more open. So here I'm going with 3, 4, 5 and also 8, 3, 4, 5 and 8 in the final leg. I'll get your best bets and also quaddie in a moment, Jesse. Ryan Levitsky will be joining us as well. Ryan Levitsky is joining us on the program to take a look at tonight's program at Mandarin tomorrow night as well. Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning, Pete.
Okay, where do we start with your best tonight, please?
Okay, race 7, number 1, Mortality. Very nice run first up. Race 8, number 8, All Over Carja is going to get the Big Shepherd from Brain Teaser. And race 9, number 2, Bungee Man, each way. So race 7, number 1, race 8, number 8, race 9, number 2.
Have you done a quaddie?
No.
Okay, tomorrow night at Mandurah again. Very good program. The Westchase final's a cracker.
It sure is, Pete. I really like this dog, Hector Hunter. It's going to get a beautiful run inside a wide runner. Race 2, number 1, Hector Hunter, the best. Race 3, number 2, Arbolino. I think it's over the odds each way. It'll be out of that speed battle, Pete, sticking to the fence, hopefully, and running into it at decent odds. Race 3, number 2, Arbolino. But as you said, it's such a great field. And race 5, number 5, Pudding Manelli, a real eye-catcher last start to break through for David Hobby. So race 2, number 1, race 3, number 2, race 5, number 5, and a quaddie, 32 combinations, 5 and 8, into 1, 2, 4, 6, into 1 and 8, into 3 and 7.
Okay, anything on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday?
Jackie Wilson's got a winner on Sunday. Race 8, number 2, Frantic Phyllis, racing well. Race 8, number 2, Frantic Phyllis on Sunday at Mandurah again.
All right, looking forward to that. Enjoy your day off, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, Pete.
Good on you. Ryan Levitsky joining us with his thoughts on tonight's program. He's got the night off as well. Your best and a quaddie, please, Jesse.
I will go with race 5, number 3, Go Get 'Em Herbie. Race 6, number 1, Fancy That Fred. Race 10, number 8, Miss Vivas. For a quaddie, we'll go 1, 2, 3 the first leg, 1 and 8 the second leg, Standout Mortality in the third leg, and we'll bring it home in the field in that Holiday Coast Series final. It looks to be a cracking race, and hopefully we can get something of value there, Pete.
Saturday night at Mandurah, we have the Westchase final being the feature on the card, and there's been some very good winners of this race, including West on Booney last year, Hinto, Sarong, Sir Monty, Premium Share, Crop Duster, just a few of the recent winners of this very, very good series, and it's a very good race on Saturday night. We start off with the first, Jesse, over the 488 metres, no market up at the moment, a maiden over the 488 metres. Our Aussie Salute, I was going to tip on top, but I thought a little bit disappointing on the Wednesday effort. What do you think?
I didn't actually catch the Wednesday effort there, Pete, but I know that Jamie did back it up. It's got box number 1, so although it's going to start one of the favourites, I've gone with the Greyhound and box number 8, Go Get 'Em Crocker. Caught my eye when it went to 5.56 to the first peg when leading La Sagrada. Obviously, La Sagrada got past and put 7 lengths on it. She's a talented chaser going forward, but I think Go Get 'Em Crocker here can get through for its maiden victory, even from the wide draw. For second, number 1, Our Aussie Salute. For third, 2, Better Call. And for fourth, I'll throw in 3, Zipping Lewick. 8, 1, 2 and 3, race number 1.
Okay, I'm actually going a Better Call, a greyhound who's been knocking on the door, placed at 5 of 6 starts, and I just thought that he got an opportunity from a favourable draw on Saturday night, so 2 on top for me. From number 1, Our Aussie Salute, I'll forgive him of his effort there the other night. I think his trials before that were very, very good. Number 3, Zipping Lewick, has also got ability, and 4, Riser. On debut, greyhound who trialled okay at Cannington back in May, hasn't been seen since. Nicely bred type, 2, 1, 3 and 4. I'll go in race number 1 on the program. Let's go to race number 2. Just before we do that, the numbers were 12, 2, 8 and 3 at Rockhampton. Race number 2 over the 488 metres, a novice, and Hector Hunter, $2.30 in from 250. I agree with Ryan. I think he's perfectly drawn. He's won 2 or 3. He's got a fair bit of ability going on that win the other night, 27-28 when he flew around. He didn't lead either. So 1 on top, Hector Hunter. He gets plenty of galloping room. Love Story, a greyhound who doesn't mind using a little bit of the track. Was a nice winner, but from a wide draw going back 3 starts ago. Number 4, Racing Barbie's got a fair bit of ability. I saw her up in town. She's had a couple of starts down here at Mandurah, yet to win, but I think she can certainly play a play a part in the finish. And 7 Vinali is a talented type as well. Nice win at Northam in quick time going back 3 starts ago. 3 starts ago. 1, 2, 4 and 7, Jess, in race 2.
I'll go 1, 7, 5 and 4. Hector Hunter on top, well found by Ryan last week at around $8.50. Should get all the room in the world and should be pretty hard to beat. For second, number 7, Vinales was a good run in a Westchase head behind Sunset Comanche. Comes back to a novice grade. For third, number 5, Weston Madge. And for fourth, number 4, Racing Barbie, 1754, race number 2.
Early start for the feature race, the Westchase final, $30,000 listed event, and Curo currently at $5.50 in from $7. Bezecchi, $3.90, $5.50 about Emerald Guard. Miss Envy from $3.80 into $3.50, $7 about Sunset Comanche. In my opinion, any of the 8 can win. Like, you've got $9 about Wise Barra, who's a very, very talented chaser. Shy Emoji is at $18, who won in really quick time 3 starts ago. It's an outstanding race, but we have to pick a winner, and I'm going for the undefeated greyhound of this track in Bezecchi, a greyhound who's gone 27-27, has been able to overcome trouble on all occasions here at the track and still be able to get up and win. I think he's a really talented type. He's won 7 of 9. He's currently quoted at $3.90 in from $4.20. I'm putting him on top for Paul Stewart. 1 Curo, ideally drawn if there's trouble out wide. This greyhound's been knocking on the door and certainly will be playing a part in the finish. Good record from box 1. 7 Miss Envy, she was very, very impressive last start from a middle draw. Not quite sure where she gets to, though, early. And 6 Emerald Guard, another one who was very impressive in quick time from box number 1. Goes out to box number 6, and I know that he's won from outside draws in the past. As I said, I think any of the 8 can win. I've only tipped 4 in this race, 3, 1, 7 and 6.
I will go 1, 3, 2 and 8. I'm with Curo on top. I think Wise Barra is going to make sure that the outside division cannot cross. She wants to use the outside fence, Wise Barra. There's plenty of speed and it's all off the track. So I think the inside 3 runners get a beautiful run here. Curo on top just from the draw. Finished second last week behind Emerald Guard from box number 8 into box 1, which is more suited, I think, can run a very big race. For second, number 3, Bezecchi. Like you said, Pete, undefeated at the track. Great record, was a good winner at Northam 2 back as well in City Class Company. For third, number 2, Arbolino, who's always thereabouts. A good run behind Miss Envy. And for fourth, I'll throw in 8, Sunset Comanche, because you need to get back, run on sort of dog in one of these races. And I've got him in for fourth. 1, 3, 2 and 8 and race number 3.
Let's go to race number 4 on the program. And the favourite here is with number 3, Chef's Kiss at $3.40, already backed in from $4. And support also for Toad, $4.60 into $4.40. I thought number 4, Now See Here, for Jamie Marsh, a greyhound who's currently quoted at $4.60, was a really slick winner from box number 1, the maiden. 2 starts back. Prior to that, had been showing a fair bit of potential, being placed behind a couple of smart types and ran third last start behind Bezecchi in that strong heat. So I think he'll play a part here in the finish. Number 4, number 3, Chef's Kiss, obviously the favourite, a greyhound who won from a wide draw 2 starts back. Number 8, Premium Star's got a lot of ability. Put 2 wins together, then had no luck from this draw last start. And 7, Toad. He's got a lot of ability. I think on ability alone he could win this race, but he can sometimes go missing. 4, 3, 8, 7, race 4.
I'll go 3, 4, 8 and 6. Number 3, Chef's Kiss on top. Was a good winner 2 back in 27.47 from an inside draw here. Has broken 30 seconds at Cannington when defeating Dilly Rose in a maiden back in early May. For second, number 4. In Now See Here, like you said, Pete, I thought it's way over the odds. Was a good third last start behind Bezecchi, and he comes out of a open class, age-restricted feature race into a novice. For third, number 8, Premium Star, always thereabouts. And for fourth, I'll throw in 6, Go Seek Francine. Could be the interesting runner freshened up. 3, 4, 8 and 6, race number 4.
Race number 5, first leg of the major quaddie, and the favourite is Weston Astro at $2.50. There has been some support from $2.60 into $2.50. Won a provincial grade 5 last start and steps up to a city grade 5. Do you think he can step up? He's won 4 of 5 over the trip.
Absolutely. He loves Mandurah. His Mandurah form's a fair bit stronger than his Cannington form suggests. The box 8 last week didn't really have too many concerns, and he done it with pretty relative ease. He's got a lot of speed on his inside. It's really going to give him a nice card into the race in Weston Marley and Sassy Snickers. So I think the map looks positive for Western Astro. For second, 7, Sassy Snickers. She's running really well at some good quotes. She could definitely fill a place for third. Number 1 in Pretty Hot, always thereabouts in this company. And for fourth, I'll throw in 5, Pudding Manelli. He's going to get back, he'll run on, and he'll probably run another second. 8, 7, 1 and 5 in race number 5.
I agree with you. Number 8, Weston Astro. He's a very, very talented type, and I'm going to put him on top. So 8 on top here for Chris Holes to beat number 1, Pretty Hot, a greyhound who should like the inside draw. Number 6, West on Miley, and 5, Pudding Manelli. 8, 1, 6 and 5 in race number 5. Race number 6 over the 488 metres, second leg of the quaddie on Saturday night. And the favourite number 1, Ripon Moses, at $1.90. So short enough. He's only won 1 of 5. He won his maiden from box number 3 in 27.53. Comes up with a winnable novice, though, doesn't he, from this inside draw?
Absolutely. I've gone against him, though. Beauty in Me. It's got to have a lot of early speed, and one of these days it's going to get to the front, they're going to clip on heels behind her, and she's just going to have enough of a race-winning break. So Beauty in Me, this race does lack a lot of early speed. 1, Ripon Moses for second. Hasn't been disappointing his last couple. He's always been thereabouts. For third, 5, Upper Tucks, a good last start winner, albeit in provincial class company. And for fourth, number 4, Defender, who doesn't mind the Mandurah circuit. 6, 1, 5 and 4 there in race number 6, Pete.
Okay, I'm actually going with the inside draw here, Ripon Moses. Not happy about the price for a greyhound that's only won a maiden, but obviously it's in a novice. So 1 on top, Ripon Moses, from number 5, Upper Tucks, a greyhound who's won 2 of his last 3. Number 6, Beauty in Me, and 8, Blue Buick. 1, 5, 6 and 8. Okay, in race number 6, I'm going 1, 5, 6 and 8. Just repeat your numbers.
6, 1, 5 and 4 there, Pete.
Okay, let's go to race number 7. Over the 652 metres, another favourite for Jamie Marsh, Window Shopper, at $1.90. Talented greyhound who, I thought was quite impressive, winning from box number 6 2 starts ago. I know it was an easier race, steps up to a provincial, but did run second behind Acing Kuna last start after getting a couple of checks from a wide draw. Comes into box number 1. I think he's the one to beat. Number 2, All About Coles, won a couple of times over the distance, including last start. The win was strong over Vander Harley. For third, number 8, Warm Regards, who's been racing well up at Northam. And at number 7, Vander Harley, 1, 2, 8 and 7.
I'll go 8, 1, 2, 5. I think it's a good quote for number 8, Warm Regards. Proven in city class company over the 7.15. Was a good winner 3 back at Northam in 7 over the 7.21 and 43.07. She's not going to be in any early speed battles, but she's got a good record of the trip. So she's had 5 starts for 3 wins, Pete. So I know the box 8 record's pretty dismal. 10 starts yet to win, but she loves the trip. I thought she's a great quote. One of my better bets on the card. For second, number 1, Window Shopper. For third, 2, All About Coal. And for fourth, 5, Pepper Grinder. 8, 1, 2, 5, race 7.
And at race number 8 on the program, race number 7 I've given you. Race number 8 on the program is over the 400 metres, the final leg of the quaddie. And here we don't have a market up with Tab Touch at the moment. Steel Girl looks hard to beat, though, from box number 3.
Absolutely, Pete. I'd assume that should start close to odds-on favourite after last week's effort from box 3 in 22.38. Was in country class company, steps up to a mixed 4-5 provincial class, but I think has the class edge on some of these greyhounds. For second, 7, Sunset Viper, always thereabouts, was a good winner over the 300 metres 4 back. Last start winner in sub 22.30. For third, number 8, West on Whistle. And for fourth, I will throw in 2, Vander Colin, 3, 7, 8 and 2, race number 8.
Yeah, I'm going with Steel Girl as well. Don't have to be Einstein to be able to pick her. She's won 4 of 6, and that win was strong from box number 8 last start. From this draw, 3 from 3. So 3 on top from number 7, Sunset Viper, a greyhound who's been chasing consistently for David Hobby. Number 5, Sended Kai's also got ability, winning his last 2 in novice company. And number 6, Ichabod Mud, was a nice run going back a 3 runs ago from the similar draw, 3, 7, 5 and 6 in race number 8. Those numbers at Maruya, 2, 5, 3 and 6. You can find that information at Tab Touch. All right, the free-for-all's an interesting race here. Jesse, My Anarchy Boys at $2.10, Sunset Mirage $4.60, Hinto at $3. Obviously, any of these could win. It's an interesting draw. My Anarchy Boy, though, I'm going to be putting on top. Nice win, 26.92 from box number 1. Was able to defeat Hinto. I think it'll be very similar on Saturday night. I'm putting Malfetta Cruz in for second. Awkwardly drawn, almost got across last week from the wide draw. Better drawn underneath of My Anarchy Boy on Saturday. So 6 to beat 4. 8 Hinto for third, a greyhound who always gives his best. And for fourth, I'll put in Sunset Mirage, 6, 4, 8 and 1.
It is an interesting race because Sunset Mirage has speed off the inside draw, but sometimes he likes to go right at the boxes. So I've gone with My Anarchy Boy on top. Was a good winner in 26.92, like you said. Hinto was a nice second. I've got him for second. For third, 4, Malfetta Cruz is a good run as well. Like you said, nearly got across. And for fourth, number 1, Sunset Mirage. But it certainly is an interesting race with how the box draws landed here. 6, 8, 4 and 1 in the free-for-all.
No market up at the moment for race number 10. I thought West Ontilly would be hard to beat. A greyhound who won in a similar graded event going back 2 starts ago. Jesse didn't have a lot of luck behind Emerald Guard last start. Shows early speed, vacant box on her inside. I think she's the one to beat. So 4 on top. Number 2, Pecorino Manelli. It's a greyhound who's been beaten, favourite at a few times of late. Number 1, Ripon Serena, was a nice winner on debut. This is a step up in class, though. And number 8, Sand Cruiser, 4, 2, 1 and 8. I know Shane has a high opinion of Ripon Serena, and they didn't miss her. They backed her in like there was no tomorrow. 4, 2, 1, 8, race number 10.
I'll go 4, 2, 8 and 5. Number 4, West Ontilly on top like you. Pete was a good winner from a wide draw in 22.56. Has really got some early dash. 6.29 to the first peg is what she averages after 4 starts. She's not overly strong, so we know our favourite box rise. If she's off and gone, she's going to take a para beating. Pecorino Manelli for second. A greyhound is probably in the same boat as West Ontilly, not overly strong with the concluding stages. You'll know your fate early. For third, number 8, Sand Cruiser. A greyhound is dropping back from the 488 its last couple of runs. It is strong to the line, doesn't mind a wide draw. And for fourth, I'll throw on 5, Tearaway Toby, 4, 2, 8 and 5 in race number 10.
All right, let's go to race number 11 on the program over the 488 metres to wrap up greyhound racing in WA on Saturday night, and West on Odie's at $2.15, common speed 260. Which way are you going the last?
7, 4, 2 and 1, 7 West on Odie on top. He's been a little bit closer to follow his last couple. Was a good winner, 4 back from in 27.36 from a similar draw and a similar class of race. So I think it's West on Odie's race to lose here. For second, number 4, Go Seek Ariana. Greyhound who does show speed over the trip. Hasn't won for a while, but doesn't have a bad record. Always thereabouts. For third, 2 Common Speed was a good second last week behind Wild Ollie over the 400 metres. He'll relish the step up to the 488. And for fourth, I'll throw in 1 Sneaky Pint, who's a get-back run-on dog. 7, 4, 2 and 1, race 11.
I'm going to change my selection to what I gave you earlier on, and I've just seen the form. That win of West on Odie defeated Curo, who you're tipping in the feature race tonight, and we were talking about the strength of the Westchase. That's a good form line.
Absolutely, Pete. There's a couple of greyhounds where if you look at some of the greyhounds that they've run into, like even West on Odie, it's run into Emerald Guard and Tweak Freak as well. They're not slow chasers. Sandy Basser over the 652s run into Coco Shimmer and All About Calder are going to start one of the favourites tonight and on Saturday night.
Yeah, I'll go with him then. West on Odie to win from box 7 where he ran that quick time when winning 4 starts ago. So 7 on top from number 2, Common Speed, 4, Go Seek Ariana, 1, Sneaky Pint, 7, 2, 4, 1, changing those selections, Jesse, there in the final event. All right, my quaddie for Saturday night in the first leg, I'm going with 1, 5, 6 and 8, 1, 5, 6 and 8. In race number 6, 1, 5, 6. Race number 7 with 1 and 2. And in race number 8, I'm going with number 3, Standout Steel Girl in the final leg of the quaddie. Yourself and best bet?
I'll go in the quaddie. First leg, 1, 5, 7, 8. The second leg, 1, 4 and 6. Third leg, 1, 2, 8. And the final leg will go 3 and 8 there. 3 and 7 it should be. 3 and 7, Sunset Viper is the main danger to Steel Girl. For best bets, we'll go race 5, number 8, West on Astro. Race 8, number 3, Steel Girl. And race 9, number 8, Hinto. Each way I thought should run top 2 there, Pete.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelpline.org.au.